Now on CoastTV News.
The Ocean City Police Department released their crime statistics for June, what the numbers tell us. Everyone's favorite state fair is back in town. We'll tell you the best ways to enjoy it. A flood of problems in Dewey Beach, why locals on one particular street say they've had enough.
And speaking of flooding, we have a newly issued flash flood warning that's in effect for Worcester, for Figs Landing and all surrounding areas. We'll talk more about any additional rain on the way.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Crime in Ocean City, a new report today detailing the good and the bad of the last month. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with the Ocean City Police Department releasing their June crime statistics report. Paperwork. According to every movie or TV show about police, it's the most boring part of the job, but it's important because that's how police track and understand what's going on in the cities and towns that they patrol. In Ocean City, we have new numbers to break down, comparing June of this year to June of last year. And as CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us, there are some compelling revelations.
Keeping Ocean City safe, that's the job of the OCPD. And Sam Moxley, who's been spending the summer in the town, has noticed the work they put in.
I think Ocean City Police have done a decent job. They're working hard.
The department released their crime report from the month of June, and when you compare it to June of 1 year ago, some interesting numbers pop out. Parking complaints and violations are up 25%, alcohol violations are up 21%, and criminal citations jumped a whopping 287%. Though, let me give you a little context on that number. Criminal citations in Ocean City increased from 15 in 2023 to 58 in 2024. But the Ocean City Police Department says this could be seen as a good thing. According to the OCPD, criminal citations can include trespassing, possession of marijuana while being underage, and for disorderly conduct. Officers have the choice to arrest people for these crimes or just give them a citation instead. When people are compliant, it's more likely they just get a citation rather than a trip to the local jail. And here's the good news. No stabbing and no shootings were reported at all in June. Meanwhile, from a funding standpoint, OCPD is getting a little extra money, a $20,000 grant to help cover overtime pay for officers, focused on pedestrian safety. Something Moxie says the town needs.
We constantly see families, not just kids, but families crossing not at the crosswalk, but in the middle of the road, and I've seen people continue to slam on their brakes and almost hit individuals.
The Ocean City Police Department said that once the grant money does run out, they'll be using money from their budget to make sure bicyclists and pedestrians stay safe in Ocean City. I'm Kevin Zappe in Ocean City, CoastTV News.
As Kevin just explained in his story, in June 2024, there were no shootings, no stabbings reported. Also, the 911 calls dropped 50% when compared to just last year, a significant number because June is the middle of the tourist season, and that's widely considered to be the busiest time of the year for the Ocean City Police Department. Now for some lighter news, your summer's not complete if you don't stop by the Delaware State Fair. The annual 10-day event kicked off today with tons of vendors, animals, rides. It's located in Harrington, right off Route 13. CoastTV went to get a little advice from visitors to find out the best way to enjoy the state fair. Joshua Bullinger tells us his game plan. Hey, just have fun with his 6 kids.
I would say start with the food and make your way to the rides afterwards and enjoy the air conditioning spaces when you can.
That's a good piece of advice. The fair features a number of concerts with artists like Ludacris and John Party. You can enjoy from July 18th to July 27th. Make sure to visit CoastTV.com, though. We have a full guide with everything you might need to know about the Delaware State Fair. And this brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, will you be attending the State Fair this year? Let's take a look at the results. And there we go. Pretty simple, just 2 options here. So far, the leader in the clubhouse is no. 79% saying, I'm good. But this is the first time we've run the poll. These numbers are apt to change throughout the evening. You can go vote at CoastTV.com or use the CoastTV mobile app. The Blood Bank of Delmarva has issued an urgent donation call for blood types O positive and O negative. This dangerous shortage is a nationwide problem, and it's affecting local hospitals. Type O positive is the most common blood type, with O negative being the universal blood type. A shortage of both poses serious concerns for our healthcare system and the need for donors. That is critical right now. The Food and Drug Administration recently lifted several blood donor eligibility restrictions. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside into the Salisbury area. It's a little cooler now than it was during just that peak heat of a few days ago. Doesn't mean it's cool, though. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams to get a little more info.
Well, you know, Charlie, you're my buddy, but I would actually argue against you and say everything's relative. Compared to what we've been dealing with, it's a chilly day. Okay? Our Bay Health camera in Dover, really, think about it, 83 degrees. We were talking about 120 is what it would feel like. Well, we're going to drop from the 80s into the 70s for the actual air temperature with partly cloudy skies. Now, there's actually a flash flood warning in effect for Figs Island and all surrounding areas, Snow Hill and Girdle Tree, because we had a cell that really settled down right there and it moved quickly out of the way. Now, we do have some scattered showers and light rain that's coming across the bay for right now, but for the most part, the heaviest chunk of rain right here, and we have some additional heavy rain to our south. I believe for most of us here in Sussex County and immediate surrounding areas, we're going to clear out pretty quickly with the frontal boundary already pushing through. But the heat is indeed on the way, Charlie. We'll talk about that in detail in a moment. Till then, back to you.
Hey, Paul, everything's relative. Living by the water can be relaxing, but for people living on Reed Avenue, Bayside, and Dewey Beach, flooding is ruining their beach vibes. In the town's most recent attempt to mitigate the issue, new flaps were installed on the stormwater outfalls on Reed Avenue. Now, the idea is that those flaps, they help push the water out to the bay. At a Dewey Beach infrastructure meeting held earlier today, the town reviewed the performance on the flaps, but one local told CoastTV that the project just didn't work at all.
They've been putting these flaps in and whatnot for 10 years, and it hasn't worked. I mean, they just keep doing the same thing, getting the same result, and spending a lot of money doing it.
The town says right now they haven't paid the bill on these flaps yet, which were installed in May, because they want to make sure that they've tried everything to make the flaps work. The town said in the meeting that they will be doing a walkthrough with the Army Corps of Engineers to see if the $1 million grant from Senator Coon's office could be used to help the streets stop flooding. New tonight, the Millsboro Police Department needs help from the public. They're trying to find David Delarose of Wilmington. Delarose has active warrants for sexual solicitation of a child and terroristic threatening. Delarose is homeless, and his last known location was in Elsmire along the Kirkwood Highway. Anybody with information on the whereabouts of this man should contact authorities immediately. Tonight is the RNC grand finale. Former President Trump will formally accept his party's nomination for the third time in under a decade. The former president has said his speech will call for unity after the attempt on his life less than a week ago. NBC's Alice Barr is in Milwaukee and shows how voters are feeling during the convention.
The final night of the Republican National Convention, building to former President Trump's big speech at a pivotal moment in history. The former president will take the stage just 5 days after the attempted assassination, against a backdrop of strong party unity.
It's just such an honor to be on the ticket with him. It's such an honor to stand with him after what happened last Saturday.
While Democrats are in turmoil, with President Biden isolating with what the White House is calling a mild case of COVID. Sources close to the president tell NBC News Biden world is bracing for the possibility that he may drop out of the race amid heightened pressure from top Democrats and cratering fundraising. The Washington Post and the Associated Press now reporting that former President Obama has privately told allies the president needs to seriously consider whether he can win.
There are no plans being made to replace President Biden on the ballot, and President Biden is cognizant this is a margin of error race.
That as CNN is citing multiple sources in reporting that former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi privately told Mr. Biden, polling shows he cannot beat Donald Trump and that the president could keep Democrats from winning the House. While President Biden is publicly forging ahead, Trump allies insist he can beat anyone Democrats put up.
We're at a time of very divisive politics. Do you believe that Donald Trump can unify not just the party but the country?
I do. You know, the common term of reaching across the aisle, I think he's learned a lot.
Tonight, the country will learn more about the former president's vision for another term in office. In Milwaukee, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Former First Lady Melania Trump, who has been largely absent from the campaign trail, will be in Milwaukee for the final night of the convention, along with the former president's daughter, Ivanka Trump. Still to come, streaming stats soaring, record numbers reported in June. Find out which platforms are booming.
And we have a bit of a reprieve from the heat thanks to some morning rain, but will more relief arrive? I'll answer that question in a moment.
But first, candidacy concerns, the drumbeat growing louder, and now a big-name Maryland politician telling President Biden he should consider stepping aside. That's next.
The big Delaware Marine Trades Association Boat Show, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hudson Fields in Milton. Multiple dealerships, bargain prices, runabouts, fishing boats, pontoons, and more on Route 1 in Milton, Delaware.
The sound you hear is your house being eaten away by termites. When you've seen one, it's already too late and the damage has begun. To avoid permanent damage and to keep your home protected for years to come, call the specialist at Bennett Termite and Pest Solutions. We have the tools, technology, and experience that has raised the termite control and treatment standards on Delmarva. Call the experts at Bennett Termite today.
Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
Transform your bath today with Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind because you deserve the best.
Hey, welcome to Poppy's Tacos. There's plenty of space for you and all of your friends. The menu is packed with real deal Mexican eats. Build your own tacos are always a fan favorite. Authentic short rib is my choice. The fajitas are steaming and the smothered burritos are killer. We're open 363 days a year, so come pull up a chair. Poppy's, there's always a fiesta on 15th Street.
The big Delaware Marine Trades Association Boat Show, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hudson Fields in Milton. Multiple dealerships, bargain prices, runabouts, fishing boats, pontoons, and more on Route 1 in Milton, Delaware.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
We just covered some of this in our national story. Some Democratic leaders privately telling President Biden his candidacy is putting the party in peril. House Minority Leaders Hakeem Jeffries and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer recently had separate meetings with Biden. The Washington Post reports that they both discussed their concerns about the presidential election, saying Biden staying in the race could hand Republicans majorities in their chambers. And new tonight, Maryland's Democratic Congressman Jamie Raskin has also now reportedly suggested that the president should consider stepping aside. With scrutiny in international spotlight in the wake of the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, French police started to enforce today a wide security perimeter around the Seine ahead of the July 26th opening ceremonies of the Olympic Games next week. Residents, workers, tourists alike are required to produce a QR code delivered by the authorities after an administrative background check. And we are now just 8 days away from the 2024 Paris Olympics. The best athletes from around the world will gather on the big stage. You can catch all the action right here on Coast TV starting July 26th. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever service you use, it has been getting used a lot this summer. In fact, a record-breaking number of people watched TV through streaming platforms just last month. According to the Nielsen ratings, June's report Time spent streaming soared to 40% of total TV usage. That's up 6% from May. Nielsen says Disney+, Tubi, Netflix, and Max, they saw the most growth. All 4 apps attributed 20% or more to viewers between the ages of 8 to 17.
Here's a look at your Bay forecast. We're not expecting any rain. Temperatures will stay in the mid-80s, actually below normal temps in Cambridge and in Crisfield. Is this a wonderful trend or one-off? I'll give you the answer to that coming back in a moment.
Transform your bath today with baths by Spicer Brothers.
Call now and ask about our Refresh for Less promotion and get a new bath or shower for only $69.95. Plus, get 20% off all upgrades.
Imagine stepping into a beautifully renovated bath designed by our experts and installed by our certified professionals.
This offer is hotter than a sauna and won't last forever. So don't miss out on our Refresh for Less promotion for just $69.95 with 20% off all upgrades.
Before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind, because you deserve the best.
Have you visited Tyndall's Casual Furniture this season?
Come see us!
Why shop online when you can explore Delmarva's exclusive Hollywood dealer in person? See the finishes, feel the fabrics, and even sit on the furniture. From polymer to aluminum, wicker and epay, bring home the perfect blend of quality and design with Tyndall's. Crafted to enhance your lifestyle. All of our furniture comes with professional assembly, and take advantage of our in-house white glove delivery. Tyndall's Casual Furniture, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts.
Don't miss the Make It Ford sales event at Preston Ford. We have a wide selection of over 900 Ford models available for immediate purchase. You can enjoy savings of over $7,000 off MSRP on select 2024 Ford F-150 XLTs. Plus, we have 0% financing available on 2023 Mustang Mach-E's. Shop with us online at PrestonFord.com and we'll deliver it to your driveway today. Don't miss the exciting deals at the Make It Ford sales event at Preston Ford. Remember, cars cost less in Preston.
An American tradition returns with the 99th annual Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company Carnival and Pony Penning. Enjoy all the carnival festivities from 7 to 11 p.m. Great food, fireworks, rides and games for the whole family. And don't miss all the pony activities. The beach walk on the 22nd, the wild pony swim and parade on the 24th, and the live pony auction on the 25th. For more information, visit cvfc3.com. Bring the family and come out to support the Chincoteague Volunteer Fire Company.
We were thinking about doing this garage to get the dust and everything off the floor. We decided to call Pinnacle Concrete Coating. He gave us a color option. There must have been 12 or 14 different colors to choose from. Everything they said they were going to do, they did perfect. And they worked, man, I tell you what, those guys worked so doggone, they said they could do it in 8 hours, and they did it in 8 hours. This is not a garage no more, it's a room for my vehicle. That's what I love about it. Call up Pinnacle, and I guarantee you'll be happy.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
So we're finally in the midst of a summer day, and we're not talking about a heat warning or a heat watch, a heat advisory. Finally, a normal summer day. Enjoy it while you have access to it is all I'm going to say. Our Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera in Laurel, we're holding at 84 degrees with the winds now out of the northeast at about 6 miles per hour. And that helps, folks. We're talking about a drier air mass from the winds, and we're talking about cooler air. So both work in our favor for enjoying the next few days. We'll drop back to 75 degrees at 9 o'clock. Now, there was a marine warning a little bit earlier and all of these other things that we were concerned with, but now they've been allowed to expire pretty quickly as a result of all of this push through, courtesy of a big, gigantic cold front that's acting like a big old broom and just sweeping all of the bad stuff, including the heat and humidity, right on out of your way. 87 for the high in Georgetown today, and in Salisbury, we warmed to 85 degrees in Ocean City. Now, let's take a gander as to what our recent history has been. 93 to 97, 97, 96, 93, but we stop here at about 87 degrees for today. This is why it's such a beautiful morning, as they would sing. We're looking at temperatures in the 80s, 86 Redden, 84 in Georgetown, Seaford, 83 in Milton, but in the 70s along the coast, and it feels like the actual temperature, so we don't have to have that discussion. The air quality is still deteriorating, even steadily. We're seeing more yellow dots. We are monitoring, tracking this, because this could be a problem when we go into next week with more in the way of heat and humidity in place. Now, the dew point temperatures are still elevated, okay? We're in the 76 for the dew point temperature, a measurement of moisture content in the atmosphere. 76 Millsboro, 72 Redden, 70 in Milford. So that's a lot of mugginess that's still there, even though the temperature is lower. Even with that being the case, we're going to get a spike going into very humid for Friday, even though the temperature is not going to be but in the mid-80s. And then we're going to stay at very humid to close to miserable Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday when the actual temperatures start warming up. Let me show you what we're talking about. We're in the 80s for tomorrow here, as well as throughout Cambridge, 87 degrees, 84 in Berlin, 84 for Snow Hill. And so as you go into Friday morning, we start off in the 70s, but the winds are out of the northeast, and we only climb to the 80s. So that's good. That's negotiable. Saturday, we start off a bit cloudier, a lot more moisture. And for Saturday afternoon, we are in the 80s again, but there's a lot more moisture in place, making it feel muggier. So what about the feels like? Well, the heat cranks back up on Sunday, making us feel like 99. Then on Monday, 99 to close to 100. And then by Tuesday, we're back to 101, back to that conversation. 101, 102, 10 yuck is what we'll call it. 10 yuck. Okay. Tonight, partly cloudy, lower humidity. Scattered clouds, below normal temperatures for tomorrow. Then we could see some spotty showers on Saturday try to develop in the afternoon. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast. Don't let these 80s fool you over here, because it's going to feel warmer than that. And we're looking for a string of thunderstorms in the afternoon hours, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. We have breaking news. One of the great comedians on TV, Bob Newhart, has died at the age of 94 after a series of short illnesses. Newhart is best known for being the star of The Bob Newhart Show. He's also known for winning a Grammy for the album The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart. The Maryland Board of Public Works made budget cuts of over $148 million on July 17th. The main reason is so that they can increase spending for child care and health care programs. The most significant cuts will be in higher education, the health department, and the information technology division in the state. Maryland Governor Wes Moore says the cuts came with countless hours of consideration and that the decision did not come lightly. Coming up, student debt is down millions, but how did the president pull it off? Stay tuned on CoastTV News at 5.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County, whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
Ho, ho, ho! It's that time of year again to come celebrate Christmas in July at Jolly Roger Amusement Parks. Wednesday, July 24th and Thursday, July 25th at 30th Street and at the pier on the boardwalk. Donate an unwrapped toy or make a $20 donation to the Marines Toys for Tots campaign and receive a 20% discount on all passes. We will have free Christmas performances by Circus Smile, Lollipop the Clown, Dastardly Dave the Pirate, and of course, appearances by yours truly. Don't miss out on all the fun at Jolly Roger Amusement Parks.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
We're Delaware Electric Cooperative, and we're proud to keep the lights on.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water. Or maybe into some hot water, if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Son, your house looks and smells great. I finally took your advice, Dad. Dry Zone was professional, fast, and reasonably priced. Just like I said. Yes, Dad. They fixed up our crawl space, so no more buckling, cracking, or musty odors.
Like I said.
Yes, Dad, like you said.
Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best.
Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
President Joe Biden has canceled another $1.2 billion of student loan debt. The latest round impacts 35,000 public sector workers. This includes teachers, nurses, and firefighters. The borrowers qualify for debt relief through the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. Now, to date, Biden has canceled more than $168 billion of federal student loan debt for nearly 4.8 million Americans. Meanwhile, though, in some late-breaking news this evening, a federal appeals court has issued an order to temporarily pause the entirety of the Biden administration student loan repayment plan that's known as SAVE. We're going to have more on that part of the story tonight at 11. We've previously reported about the 10th annual Amazon Prime Day, but this flash sale on the company's website is raising concerns for the warehouse workers. That is the finding of a U.S. Senate investigation. The Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions found that Amazon's warehouses are especially dangerous during Prime Day and the holiday season. The report found at those times where they have a high volume of work and intense pressure to work long hours and ignore safety guidelines. This investigation showed that 10 out of every 100 workers had injuries severe enough to report to OSHA, more than double the average in the U.S. warehouse and storage industry. Coming up, how you can help the environment while enjoying the beach. Seems like a good day. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands that helps you get the most for your money so you can be any traveler you want to be.
You could be a free hot breakfast hero at a comfort hotel.
Yes!
That's how you waffle.
Mr. This Script got a plot twist at a Radisson hotel.
A business big leaguer.
Go for key.
Even the ultimate pool float inflator.
With 22 brands and the best value for your money, Choice Hotels has a stay for any you.
Stay twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct at choicehotels.com.
Gotta get the corners.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Come to Out in the Light, where your treasure awaits.
Nestled in the heart of America's coolest small town, Out in Delights is not just your average gift shop, but where you can go for extraordinary finds, carrying items such as nautical decor, vintage vinyl, jewelry, holiday decor year-round, souvenirs, and toys. Don't forget to add a little fun to your shopping by checking out Zoltar or our penny crushing machine. Find what delights you at Out in Delights on Main Street in Berlin, across the street from the Mermaid Museum.
If you like to count sheep, this is even better. The Murr Institute will hold its annual dolphin count on Saturday, July 20th. The event will go from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Volunteers will be at observation points stretching from Fenwick Island to Woodland Beach.
All right, our Bay Health camera in Milford, we're looking pretty clear actually, and we're going to drop back to 78 degrees by 9 o'clock. Overall, I mean, we're looking pretty clear for the most part, live radar. We've had concerns for a small craft advisory. That's now been allowed to expire. We had a little brief section right here where we have a flash flood warning. That's going to expire here pretty quickly as well. Now the cold front's pushing through. And our UV index is going to stay elevated for the next couple of days back and forth. Listen, keep up with your weather forecast with our line, sponsored by Baird Dallas Brockstedt. And as you take a look at the extended forecast, we are looking for a pattern of rainy weather, especially next week.
Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Inside Edition is next, and we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.